Thank you so much for joining us today for the info session on the Connected Patient Challenge. It's really great to see so many people here joining, and we're really excited to talk about this opportunity and to dig a little deeper into the two challenge areas of interest today. Just a couple of things for housekeeping before we get started. Please make sure your microphones are muted throughout the info session. We will have a FAQ at the end where we'll take in some of your questions and go through some questions that are frequently asked. So if you have any questions as we're going through each slide, please send them into the chat and we'll make sure we get to those. We'll also have a recording posted after this is over, and you will be able to access that on the Connected Patient Challenge website, which is connectedpatientchallenge.net, or through any of the M2D2 social media channels. And there will also be an email that goes out afterwards to everyone who registered. So I'd like now to introduce our two speakers for the info session today, Marianne Picard with M2D2 and Sandra Nagel with Boston Scientific.
Thank you, Kelsey, and thank you everyone for joining for the Boston Scientific Connected Patient Challenge info session today. As you know, we're going to be talking about this year's competition and some key information that participants will need to successfully navigate the coming weeks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. My name is Sandra Nagel. I'm a director of digital health at Boston Scientific. I've been with the company for 17 years and have really enjoyed the witnessing of the innovation that happens in the Boston area and across the world. Our company is global in so many countries. And so really excited to see all of you here. And thank you again for joining.
Thank you, Sandra. So my name is Marianne Picard. I'm Executive Director for Innovation at the University of Massachusetts Lowell, and I lead the M2D2 Incubator Program. And just to share a little bit of history about M2D2, it was started back in 2008 as a single location. It has grown over the years, over 10 plus years. We have 3 locations, 2 in Lowell and 1 on the campus of the UMass Chan Medical School. In addition to the traditional incubator style program, we're also a member of the Barter Drive Network. We're also a member of the NIH Proctor Network with the Center for Advancing Point of Care Technologies. And we also have an accelerator program called IMPACT, Innovative Medical Products, Action, Commercialization, and Technology.
So I'll go over the prizes. This is one of the important areas to understand, and we will also give you a little bit of the history and information about the challenge itself. So the prizes are including a number of opportunities here. As part of our opportunity, as in previous years, we will be providing a pitch coaching for all the finalist teams prior to the final event. So these are all the finalists who are going to be pitching at our final event. Very important to note, different from last year's, we have 2 challenges, and this is a change from having had 1 challenge every year. And we've been around, as you know, this is challenge number 7, so we've done 6 of them. The first challenge, which is called the Digital Health Challenge winners, will consist of up to 2 winners, and the winners will receive $15,000 of in-kind services from Boston Scientific and a place in the M2D2 Impact Accelerator. The second challenge, which is called the Peripheral Vascular Challenge, the winner, which will be 1 winner, will receive $15,000 in-kind services from Boston Scientific as well, and a place in the M2D2 Impact Accelerator. And then all of the finalists chosen in either of the 2 challenges will be eligible to win the Spotlight Award from MIHI, which is the Massachusetts eHealth Institute. This will be a $10,000 cash award. So let's go to talk a little bit about the challenge. This is the 7th time, as I was saying, that the Connected Patient Challenge competition is being run. And I've had the pleasure to participate in all 6 previous years. It's been amazing how much Boston Scientific has experienced with the digital health startups and how much we have learned from all of our startups that we have mentored and worked over the years. We really have grown as a company in turn because of this challenge. So the past challenge themes have included telemedicine, remote patient monitoring, wearables, big data, health equity, and many more themes. And over the course of the Connected Patient Challenge, we have worked with many startups and helped advise them so they could advance their technologies and solutions. So let's answer some of the questions that you may have around the challenge. First, who should apply? We welcome digital health startup companies that are pre-revenue. So that includes academic researchers, individuals with an embodied concept, working prototype that addresses a clearly articulated clinical need. And in general, we welcome all healthcare innovators with all backgrounds. I actually wanted to just ask kindly if anybody is not muted, please make sure that you mute yourself. Also please review the contest rules. We're going to go over the website and all of the other details, but there's a lot more details around all the questions that you might have. Then what kind of stages of development does the challenge welcome? We truly want early stage startups to apply because they're getting most of the benefit in participating in this challenge, but really at all stages of development. And again, pre-revenue. And why should your startup apply? Very important question. The opportunity to collaborate with a leading team is going to be the result of you applying. The leading team that has been supporting global digital startups for 6 years, and a company that, Boston Scientific, a medtech company that is moving very, very nicely into improving therapies through digital health. So we definitely care about our digital health innovation community and have been nurturing this community over the years, and we want to do this with you. And again, we want you to have the opportunity to connect with many experts in medtech who have supported key products and treatments of multiple chronic diseases at Boston Scientific. So finally, when we say we're awarding 15,000 of in-kind services, what does that really mean? It's the opportunity to work with a world-leading medtech company and in turn enjoy the support of functional leaders as advisors to your startup. So in the past, this is how it has worked. The startup received in-kind services that included advisory and support from regulatory experts, business development leaders, quality marketing, R&D, digital health, innovation leaders, and many more experts at Boston Scientific. They work with your company quite extensively to help you get to your next stage. And as a winning company, you would get support of the larger ecosystem a larger company enjoys as you are developing the innovative product.
Thank you, Sandra. And as Sandra mentioned, there are 2 parts to the challenge this year, with the first being digital health. And I will let her explain a little more about that.
Right. So the first challenge, digital health, really means, there's everything that we're experiencing right now is the rise of data in healthcare that's generated, but at the same time also challenges to create insights from these data. These are large amounts of data and so much opportunity. And so digital technologies provide the opportunity to create those meaningful insights, and of course, AI and machine learning. So the key categories that we're interested in are disease prevention, the disease diagnostics and treatment recommendations, like clinical decision support, patient engagement and adherence, and also administrative efficiencies and workflow efficiencies in hospitals.
Thank you, Sandra. And also, as mentioned, the second part of the challenge is focused on peripheral vascular health in oncology, and I'll let you share some more details around that.
Yes, so it's a focus on applying digital health solutions in peripheral vascular disease, as well as clot management and also interventional oncology. So as a medical device company, we lead in the diagnostic and therapeutic areas in peripheral vascular disease, clot management, and interventional oncology. And we believe that digital technologies hold the power to improve these treatments, including empowering the healthcare provider to treat patients earlier stage, select them for the right therapy and faster or more efficiently, and also enabling communication among providers as a result.
Great, thank you. We'd just like to share some information on previous year winners. First place in the Connected Patient Challenge 6 was Kalia Health, and second place was General Prognostics. Kalia is developing a home-based early detection test for preeclampsia, and General Prognostics is working on remote monitoring of patient blood biomarkers without the need for needles or implants. And both companies have made good progress as a result of this interaction and follow-on activities.
Yeah, we're extremely proud of our past winners from last year, including the Audience Choice Award, Voice Love. But just a few words about other past winners from before, from the 5 seasons before. We've had tremendous success seeing them grow and thrive. To name some successes, a few of our winner companies were acquired. For example, Medumo was acquired by Philips. They were our second year winner, and then Nutrimedy was acquired by Fantech Healthcare. Other winners include Genie, AMI, Aware, and WatchRx, also very successful companies that started out their digital health startups decades, a couple of them a decade ago or more. So we're proud of these winners, like I was saying, and the way they've driven and nurtured innovation and continued to solve challenging problems in healthcare after they participated in our challenge.
Thank you. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn it over to Alexei, who will walk us through the process of applying. Alexei?
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm just going to quickly take you through what the process looks like to apply for the challenge. So first, you're going to start at the connectedpatientchallenge.net. You can read all over about past challenges, past winners, and this year's challenge on here. But most importantly, at the top is this big Apply Now button. So when you click that, it's going to bring you to the Accelerator app platform. It's going to ask you for your name, email, and company or team name. From there, it'll send you an email to confirm your email and finally take you to the application. So this is what the application actually looks like on the Accelerator app platform. It's worth noting that you can, if you just hit save while you're typing in your answers, you can come back and edit, change out files, whatever you want to do at any time. But when you hit submit application, you can no longer edit this and it will be formally submit. So first, you're just going to review the above information and acknowledge. Next, go down here and you can see very detailed descriptions of both challenges. You're really going to want to read through these to make sure you're applying to the correct challenge. And then the rest of the questions are just general information about you, your company, and questions that will help the judges evaluate your technology. So just for test purposes here, I am just going to write test in every box. Select any disease domain your technology fits in, digital solution type, where you feel your solution aligns best. There's boxes for your executive summaries, what impact you believe your technology will have, what makes it novel, and then talk about your feasibility, where you can attach testing reports as well, more questions on implementation, your IP, brief description. This section is on funds raised. Where you can briefly describe your funding, pre-submission with the FDA, submission process, whether you've met with a reimbursement expert. Here, review what each TRL looks like and try to find where your technology aligns and select where you think you best fit. Some more additional questions. And then here's the last important part, our supporting materials. So a pitch deck and executive summary are both optional. However, it is required to upload a small video, either a max of 2 minutes or 100 megabytes, whatever you hit first. I'm just going to attach a random file here because it is required. So you won't be able to submit your application unless you submit a video. Finally, some more optional file additions, illustrations, peer-reviewed publications, biographies, LinkedIn, company logo. So from there, you're going to hit save. And right now you should, when you just hit save, as I said before, you should be able to come back and edit this at any time. Looks like I might be missing a question somewhere here. Oh, here we go. I missed one. There we go. Save. And now that I have everything I need, finally submit my application. Yes, submit. And that is the entire process. You can keep logging in to your login info on the platform to see what's going on with your application, edit your personal info. You will, after you submit, also receive a confirmation email to whatever email you signed up with to confirm that you did submit your application and that we did receive it. And that's really the quick overview of what it's like to apply to the challenge. So I'll give it back to Marianne here.
Thanks, Alexei. So some things to have handy as you're filling out the application. It's good to have an executive summary, financial projections, some development plans, a 2-minute video, and then some tips is for success are to focus on the need, its importance, and the solution, and also to focus on the business proposition and highlight how it is in scope for whichever of the 2 challenges you select. And then clearly demonstrate that you're a team-oriented and coachable are just a few of the tips that we like to provide as you move forward. Okay. And then to share the timeline, the application portal is open and accepting applications. Here we are today having the info session. The applications will close on May 21st. And then the semifinalists will be announced on May 27th. The finalists will be announced on June 1st. And then as soon as we have a confirmed event date, we will be back in touch with that information and complete details around that. So then here, again, the website information is here, and you can follow us on social media at any time. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. The email address is m2d2@uml.edu, and it is monitored daily. And then just to go through some of the FAQs, Sandra can talk a little bit about how the winners will be picked to kick us off.
Absolutely. So we have a process that is going to be followed. There are criteria and internal and external judges, evaluators that are going to be going through, and then final pitch really is the one that includes judges that are going to be listening to the pitches and asking questions, and then there will be a final evaluation to get down to the up to 2 winners for the first challenge and the second challenge winner, as well as other winners.
Thank you. And I know we had already covered who can apply, basically innovators, whether it be from academia, from already a small company, a startup established, and any further details, Sandra, or does that pretty much cover it?
That's right. Yeah, and for more information, definitely go to the website. There's a lot more information on the website.
Exactly. And then the sequence of events for the challenge was the timeline I just shared. And again, keep an eye on the website for any updates. And then in terms of updating my submission, Alexei did cover that up until the time you submit, you can go back onto the portal and make changes as long as you have saved it. There are no entry fees. And in terms of expenses that you could anticipate possibly incurring would be travel to the final event. And again, more information will be provided about that as soon as possible. And who is eligible and not eligible to participate, again, was covered in terms of where these innovations can come from. And for the coaching process, That is really around developing your pitch and making sure that it stays within the 10-minute time frame. It'll cover the need, focus on the competitive landscape, why it's novel, how it's meeting the need, what sets you apart, how you've thought about your regulatory strategy, how you plan to approach the FDA, how you plan to, who's going to pay for this, a reimbursement strategy can be covered as well. And this will all, and then how to approach investors and what they like to see, and depending too on the different types of investors, that'll be covered as well, whether it be a strategic investor versus an angel versus a venture capitalist. So all of these things and more will be covered in the coaching process. And then in terms of being in person, the Connected Patient Challenge event will be in person, and finalists are expected to attend in person. There will be no hybrid option. Anything else to add?
No, Marianne, very well covered. Thank you.
We did have some questions that popped up in the chat.
Okay, let me move back to that one. Go
If
ahead.
you want to go through a couple of those.
Yeah, please do. I'm sorry.
So first, it was asked if all nationalities are eligible for this competition.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then is an application from an individual accepted?
That is correct. Yes, individuals are welcome to submit as
Fantastic.
well as teams. Yes.
And then what is it meant by reimbursement expert, which I think was on one of the slides previously?
Yeah, so reimbursement, meaning who's going to pay for this technology? It will be an insurer. Will be self-pay? Is it a consumer type product? That's where, how is revenue going to be generated? And there are reimbursement experts who help you sort out this sort of thing. So that's why the question is, have you already thought about that, and has it been thought through at all?
Great. And then this question, which I think is a pretty good one. What should be in the video that is submitted?
Yeah, so we think of the video as your pitch, and we know that some of you probably have videos. So what you want to convey is your idea with problem. First of all, what problem are you solving? What is your idea? How are you achieving that? Provide all of the other, if you think about what you're submitting in the form, any type of information around your success story and how you're really solving your problem, but also reimbursement. And then commercialization strategy, things like that. And very importantly, why is your team the right team to deserve this award?
Thank you, Sandra. And then this one just came up as well. Are direct to consumer product business models eligible to be submitted?
Yes, absolutely. We welcome those very much. Thank you for the question. Great question.
Awesome. Are all stages eligible? Pre-market, seed, post-market, things like that?
We were indicating pre-revenue is desired, but digital health startups at all stages. I think post-market really depends, but I think it's definitely welcome.
What are the main criteria that the judges will use to make this selection?
I think we indicate a little bit of those areas in the form. So what we are asking is, again, and some of that was also in the pitch. We want to understand that you are solving a compelling need that's important to solve right today in healthcare. That you have a great team behind this solution, that you are innovative, you have the right ideas in terms of how you're going to commercialize. I don't know, Marianne, if there's anything else to add here. I think the pitch and the criteria are very very similar.
They are, and I was just going to add that there is more detail around this on the website under the FAQs. So I would encourage you to take a look there. And if you still have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the email that we have shared, m2d2@uml.edu.
Perfect. We have two more that just popped up. They're just confirming if there is an interest in hardware tech.
Yes, we have had in the past device submissions that included a digital solution with them. So those are very welcome.
Perfect. And then can project plans be not-for-profit versus for-profit company models? Makes sense.
I would say yes. Both.
Great. That is all I have for questions at the moment.
Excellent, thank you. And again, here's the QR code. If you'd like to start your application right now, please feel free to scan it. And again, just a reminder that the entries do close at 11:59 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, May 21st. And again, as we've mentioned several times, we welcome any questions. We are more than happy to help you at any point. Just reach out by email. And we can do that. And thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. We're thrilled about the 7th Connected Patient Challenge, and we love that you all participated in this call. Thank you so much for joining and for your great questions.